change? How do we know when change is needed? How do we know when it's necessary to get out of our comfort zone and continue forward and do whatever it is that we need to be doing with ourselves? Sometimes being comfortable is that one thing that we know of, and it can seem like the only safe place that we have. But the one thing that playing it safe doesn't do, it doesn't teach you about yourself. It doesn't teach you what you can do, what you could have, and who really is rocking with you. So when you think in terms of yourself, in terms of what you want to align yourself with or gravitate to, what does that look like? Who does the future you resemble? Are you the person you see in your mind's eye? What could you use more of? What could you use less of? Do the things you have benefit you in the ways that you feel you should be benefited? All of these things contribute to the life we think we want to lead. So when you look out into the life you want, what does it look like? Does it look like what you live day to day? Does it feel good to wake up to be you? If not, how can we change that? What do we need to do? What will get us closer to where we want to be? Excuse me, because again, we parking lot vlogging, which I love. The light is great. Anywho, we need a solid foundation in ourselves. So before we can align with that one thing or those several things that we want, how do we get our mind aligned? How do we find that place, that thing that tells us we need to get up and get going? What is it about you that makes you want to be more like that? If you actually want to be more like yourself. If you don't, then who do you want to be like and what do you want to do? What does she look like? Like your ultimate woman. I mean, besides, the main things that we want is banging titties, big asses, what else? What does she do? What are her favorite things to do? What's her favorite thing to eat? What's her favorite thing to cook? What's her favorite thing to wear? What's her smell? What's her signature fragrance that when somebody is missing her and they're like, oh, damn, I smell that. And that made me think of insert your name here. Like, we have to be more than just what our physical bodies show people. Because once your physical body goes, once you have a baby, once you gain some weight, once you lose some weight, like all that shit changes. So the only thing that you can continue to grow, and it's a beautiful thing to expand it, is your mind. Just put it on expanded ass, but your mind is beautiful. No one wants a bigger ass. I mean, yeah, you want it to pop out, but you don't want it to stretch out, okay? But as an entrepreneur myself, I'm learning all of these things. I'm learning that it's important to have people surrounding you who have that same mindset that you do. It doesn't have to be family. It doesn't have to be friends that you've known for a long time, because they come and go. They're people. People will be people. However, people that are on the same path as you, they will always keep you motivated, because you are always striving to stay within your circle. Now, if your circle, they're not doing anything, of course, you won't have to do anything to stay in it. You're comfortable. Now, if you have friends who are taking trips, if you have friends who are opening businesses and are doing great in those businesses, and you're the only friend that's sitting around like, oh, well, I watched SpongeBob today, or I caught Real Housewives Marathon all day for 2 weeks. Have you seen this movie? I could tell you I haven't seen a lot of movies, but my business popping. My manifestation's coming. We don't sit and take time to do the spiritual work that is necessary to get us where we want to go. Who we want to be there? Why? How you gonna get there? If you ain't doing no work, where you going? Who getting you there? How? You getting there? You can't just pray and be like, alright, well, I did my part. Let me grab my Henny and juice. Honey, we in COVID now, so you can't even party. You can't go out clubbing like we used to. So what you doing now? How has your mind grown during this pandemic? What have you taught yourself? What have you fed yourself? A lot of us are expanding weight-wise, but how are we expanding mentally? If you aren't feeding yourself something of substance, if you're not feeding yourself anything